Abraham, so you're the last senior name on honor roll, okay? So when I call Casey's name, this whole row stands up and goes to get in line, all right? You guys stay seated at that point. Every other row, she'll be the last senior for that portion.
All right, guys, sit tight. We have a little bit of technical difficulties, but we get started in a minute. All right, good evening. On behalf of our Board of Education, Dr. Vespi, who is watching at home to afford all of our students the opportunity to be here tonight, and many of our faculty members as well. Welcome to our annual Academic Awards Night. Legendary professional football coach Vince Lombardi was quoted, "The spirit, the will to win, and the will to excel. These are the things that will endure. And these are the qualities that are so much more important than any of the events themselves." Tonight, we have the privilege of honoring alumni, staff members, families, and most importantly, so many incredible students who have exhibited the spirit and the will necessary to attain excellence. You've done this despite being faced with unprecedented challenges throughout this school year. The 2020-2021 school year is one that none of us will ever forget. The good, the bad, the discouraging, and the inspiring. As you can imagine, failure rates in schools across the world are higher this year than they ever have been before, due to the incessant impact of the pandemic. Although Gloucester High is not immune to that, I am proud to announce that the contrary is also true here. We are honoring more students tonight than we ever have before at Academic Awards Night. Honored students, you have faced these challenges head on, and you have risen to the occasion. I hope you all know how incredibly proud you make us. Last month, we were ecstatic to announce that Gloucester High School has once again earned national, Philadelphia area, and Southern New Jersey rankings in 2021 from U.S. News & World Report as one of America's best high schools. 2021 is the 5th consecutive school year that we have been honored nationally of over 20,000 high schools eligible for this award. U.S. News communicated this: a great high school educates all students from different social and economic backgrounds, exposing them to challenging coursework on the path to graduation. The highest ranked schools are those whose students demonstrated outstanding outcomes, above expectations in math and reading, earned qualifying scores in an array of college-level exams, and graduated in higher proportions. Knowing this, students, families, staff members, alumni, and community members can say with both certainty and pride that Gloucester High School is proving, even in this most unique and challenging year, its wholehearted and unwavering commitment to excellence. Now for our first honorings of the evening. 2 staff members have been selected by their colleagues as our honorees for the New Jersey Governor's 2021 Educator of the Year program. Here is one narrative submitted to nominate this year's Teacher of the Year. In the classroom, this teacher consistently employs the latest research-based instructional strategies. When I pass his classroom, his students are engaged and often engrossed in his presentations, which feature an optimum balance between technology and lecture. Students of all ages, abilities, backgrounds, and interests learn and thrive under his instruction. From AP US government politics to 9th grade world history, his students achieve. I have never once heard him raise his voice to discipline a student in class. He doesn't have to. His classroom management style creates a learning atmosphere in which anyone who enters is treated with dignity and respect. He is the kind of presence that a student would never dream of disrespecting. Indeed, he is someone that they not only look up to, but strive to be more like. And if they can't be more like him, then they are more than happy to simply be around him, because he makes his students feel confident, competent, and loved. When I ask my senior students to reflect on their education and name their favorite or most influential teachers, most kids invariably name him. It is my great honor to present to you Gloucester High School's 2021 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Keith Gorman. Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you tonight to accept this award. When I was thinking about what to say, something I often said to sports teams that I've coached over the years, and teams that I've coached with my brother and my father. We used to say, if you want to go far, go together. Life is more meaningful, experiences are more meaningful when you do things with other people, when you care about other people, when there's a camaraderie. And that being said, what I really want to say tonight is a thank you to everyone who's made tonight possible for me to accept this award. There are many individuals that I would like to thank for the opportunities and support that I've been given throughout my career. Past and present members of the Gloucester City Board of Education, talented school administrators that I've had the pleasure to work under, my fellow faculty and staff members who represent the very best that the field of education has to offer, my parents, who were both educators, and along with numerous influential teachers that I had the good fortune to learn from in my own school years, all inspired me to teach. My family for their endless love and support, and finally, I would like to thank my students, both past and present. Thank you for the time that we have spent together. Thank you for allowing me to teach you and for the lessons that you have taught me. Thank you for the fulfillment and joy that you add to my life. And thank you, most importantly, for being you. Thank you, Mr. Gorman. Todd Whitaker, a national expert on education, was recently quoted, "If you don't have great teachers, you don't have a great school." As you just saw with Mr. Gorman, this year's recipient of our Educational Services Provider of the Year is another one of the most authentic and vivid exhibitions that I can offer you of how truly excellent Gloucester High School is. Here is one of the narratives submitted to nominate this year's honoree. The pride that his cadets embody is a direct result of his high expectations and his steady support of them in all areas of their lives. The ROTC program has added a level of prestige to Gloucester High School's self-image and community perception that would not have been possible without his leadership and experience. Our school improved immensely the moment that he walked through the doors for the first time. On a personal note, I have reached out to him a number of times to help me motivate students of ours who may have slacked off academically, and the results are always immediate and always the same: success. His cadets think very highly of him and are loath to disappoint him. He is truly a gift to our students, our families, and our community. It is my great honor to present to you Gloucester High School's 2021 Educational Services Provider of the Year, Chief Stephen Lebensky.
Thank you. I'm so extremely grateful to have been selected for Gloucester High School's Education Service Provider of the Year, and more honored and appreciative that administration and staff have noticed some of the hard work and dedication that was required to start up a brand new ROTC unit, especially under the circumstances that we faced over the last year. Everyone has been so supportive of myself since I started at Gloucester High. Gloucester High School is a very special place. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I see it each and every day. Everyone is so welcoming, supportive, caring, and both staff and students. The sincere concern for our students is unmatched. There are no words to describe how appreciative I am to work here and be a part of something so special. Thank you for accepting me into the Lions family, and thank you to all the cadets. Without your hard work and dedication, I wouldn't be standing here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Lebensky, and congratulations. Next, please welcome Assistant Principal Ms. Finley for the first of our student honorees.
Our freshman honor roll recipients. Ashley Bailey. Ashley is an absolute rock star. She has worked tremendously hard all school year. Ashley not only always strives to do her best, but she does it with a smile on her face. Maya Berenger. Your hard work and determination is unmatched. Way to go, Maya, and keep up the great work. Nicholas Camp. Mrs. Divas says Nicholas is incredibly hardworking, excellent attendance, and overall accountability. Olivia Carpenter. A quiet achiever who is an absolute pleasure. Not only does Liv produce a consistent high level of work, she is also a caring and helpful student with a great sense of humor. From Mr. Rodriguez. Keely Chow. Mrs. Kearns says Keely is focused and works diligently in class. I look forward to seeing what her future holds. Casey DeLuca. Casey is a wonderful young woman who has put a lot of effort into her work this year. She has been dedicated to attending all classes and always participates. Keep up the great work. From Mrs. Gorman. Olivia DeLuca. Olivia is an excellent student. She consistently produces high-quality work and displays a high level of intelligence in history class. That's from Mr. Keith Gorman. Christina DeRocher. Mrs. Diamantis says Christina is a bright and ambitious young lady. Justice Dolson. Mrs. Small says Justice is a polite, hardworking student who will put in the extra effort to be successful in and out of the classroom. A pleasure to have in class this year. Rylan Doherty. Rylan is one I can count on to participate in class. He is insightful and confident. I will miss not having him in class next year. From Mrs. Kern. Justin Duffy. Mr. Rodriguez says, working hard and striving to achieve your best. Keep up the great effort. Juliana Dunn. Principal Gorman said to say that Juliana has excelled this year would be an understatement. Amazing. Her lowest cumulative average is a 96. She has met every challenge presented to her and as she has taken on a rigorous course load in her freshman year. I look forward to many achievements ahead of her. Alvin Garcia. Mr. Wright says Alvin is a very perceptive and diligent student. Olivia George. An extremely conscientious student who will go above and beyond to be academically successful. From Mrs. Small. Ryan Hancock. Ms. Light says Ryan is a dedicated student in and out of the classroom. He gives 110% in everything he does and always strives to improve. Jovair Islam. Mrs. Davis says Jovair is a hardworking and conscientious student. Adrian Lipstead. Principal Gorman notes, Adrian embodies so many of the traits that have been great sources of pride in our community for generations. Hard work, humility, and kindness. He is a wonderful young man who has impressively excelled throughout his first year of high school. We are all proud of him. Michael Light. Mr. Keith Gordon says Michael is a pleasure to work with. He demonstrates a high level of intelligence, strong work ethic, and consistently performs at the top of his class. Brian Long. Brian's athletic and academic achievements throughout his freshman year have been very impressive. I look forward to him continuing to leave his mark on our high school for years to come. From Principal Gorman. Jacqueline McDowell. Mr. Keith Gorman says Jacqueline is an admirable student in every way. On a daily basis, she adds a strong work ethic and high level of intelligence to our history class. Mark Medina. Mr. Galbraith says Mark is an outstanding student who has passion for expanding his knowledge on historical topics. Isabella Miller. Ms. Gorman, Mr. Isabella is everything you hope for in a student. She is hardworking, kind, compassionate, and driven. Isabella not only always tries her best and pushes herself to improve, but she encourages her peers to do the same. I have no doubt that she will continue to shine. Colin Murrell. Mrs. Kearns says Colin is hardworking and reliable. He has been an absolute pleasure to have in class this year. Agaliki Ramundos. Mrs. O'Donnell notes Agaliki is an incredibly hardworking student. She challenges herself academically, rises to those challenges while being a 3-season athlete. Nice freshman year. Looking forward to her future successes. Jacob Spots. Mrs. Kearns says Jacob is laser-focused in class. His future is bright, and with his determination and perseverance, he will go far. Daniel Suarez. Daniel has been such an amazing help this year in class. Not only is he bright and determined, he has the ability to help me. I have really appreciated having Daniel this year. From Mrs. Kearns. Joel Saichowski. Ms. Blake notes that Joel is an ambitious, original, and kind student. He knows what he wants out of life and is not afraid to be himself in any situation. Kevin Wall. Mrs. Diamantis notes, Kevin is a model student, polite, punctual, intelligent. Brianna Weimer. Mr. Whitaker says, don't forget about tomorrow's quiz. Just kidding. Had you worried, didn't I? It was a pleasure to have taught you this year in PBS. Keep up the good work. Caleb Wright. Principal Gorman says it has been a pleasure to witness Caleb excel at such high levels throughout his freshman year. He has flourished both academically and athletically. I look forward to the positive impacts that he will make throughout our school, our athletics program, and on boys throughout our community. Jacob Zirfus. Mr. McConnell says, Jake, when faced with all the adversity that this year presented, you managed to persist and excel in athletics and in your academics. Continue to attack your future challenges with the same focus and tenacity. Unless you continually work, evolve, and innovate, you'll learn a quick and painful lesson from someone who has. Hao Zhang. Ms. Blake says Hao excelled this year despite being completely remote. His writing improved drastically in such a short amount of time, and I hope I have him again sometime during his high school career. Congratulations to all of our freshmen honor roll recipients. And now for our sophomore honor roll students. Baha Alam. Baha is a wonderful student who always strives for excellence. Her motivation and ambitions will take her far in life. From Mrs. Diamantis. Roniel Beluya. Mr. Lipstead says Roniel is extremely hardworking and always stays on top of his work. Wade Billings. Wade is a fantastic student. He has a strong background in social studies and has shown that no challenge is too large for him. I wish I had students like Wade in all my classes for the rest of my career. From Mr. Muller. Abigail Bink. Mr. Keith Foreman notes Abigail did an excellent job in AP US Government and Politics this year. Throughout the entire year of this demanding course, Abby consistently showed determination and a strong work ethic. Her performance was always at the top of her class. She is a young woman with a bright future ahead of her. Olivia Limer. Mr. Malone, Ms. Olivia has done an excellent job in AP Psychology. She has quiet confidence and is a joy to work with each day. Hannah Rashevsky. From Mr. Duncan Rowe. Hannah is a responsible and hardworking student who has a bright future. Ashay Clark. Ashay was a pleasure to have in class, and I look forward to her successes in the future. From Mr. Malone. Juliana DePoter. From Mr. Lipstead, Juliana always gives her best effort in class. Olivia Dolson. Mr. Rodriguez says your resilience and determination to thrive in the classroom is unmatched. Congratulations, Liv. Gianna Evans. From Mr. Malone, Gianna has done an excellent job in her AP course. She is a bright star who will continue to shine at GHS. Nathan Gamble. Mrs. Sacchetti says of Nate, he is a tremendous student. His enthusiasm and participation make him a pleasure to have in class. Giovanni Gambone. Gino is a joy to have in class. No matter if he was in person or virtual, he always participated and is mature beyond his years. From Mr. Malone. Brian Gonzalez Montellano. From Mr. Malone. Brian is an excellent student who has excelled in AP Psychology this year. He is a fine student athlete. Liam Gorman. Mrs. Small says of Liam, an outstanding young man who is a leader in the classroom. Liam has an incredible work ethic and is the epitome of a student athlete. Skylar Holmes. From Mr. Lipstead, Skylar always stays on top of her workload. Well done. Sabrina Hughes. Ms. Blake says of Sabrina, she plays such a vital role in both cooking club and student council. Without her kind spirit and impressive work ethic, both clubs would not be the same. Ava Ibsen. Mr. Lipstead notes of Ava, she is hardworking and has an excellent work ethic. Mason Jankowski. Mason always stays on top of work and gives his best effort. From Mr. Lipstead. Shahab Khan. Mrs. Kern says Shahab is such a hard worker. He consistently works hard and is one I can always count on in class discussions. Benjamin Klepka. Mr. Urbanski says Benjamin sets the bar high for his classmates by displaying a high level of enthusiasm and good sportsmanship. Gianna Ludlam. Mr. Wright says of Gianna, Gianna is creative, original, and intelligent. Katrina Mastrangelo. Katrina is a wonderful student who completes all of her assignments on time or even early and is as respectful as can be. From Mr. Malone. Chingus McKnight. Mr. Lipstead says of Chingus has a great intellect and is high achieving, top notch. Madison Michael. Ms. Bakey says of Madison, she is creative, decisive, and intelligent. When you combine these qualities, you have a well-rounded student. She carries our yearbook class, and I look forward to working with her in future years. Jennifer Morales. Mr. Wright says Jennifer demonstrates excellent performance and willingness to learn. Jade Muhammad. Jade is a kind person who values her academics and her morals. From Mrs. Hope. Emily Murrow. From Mrs. Gorman. Emily is a dedicated student who brightens up the class with her smile, even when masked. Jerry Nykorchuk. From Ms. Bennett. Jerry has worked very hard on his eye-hand coordination and his listening skills this year. He has shown huge progress. Jerry has been a pleasure to work with this year. Ruben Pinero. Mrs. Blanchie says of Ruben, this is the second year that Ruben has been in my class. He is such a great young man, very responsible and respectful. He tries his best every day. Anna Ramundos. From Mr. Lipstead, Anna always gives great effort and goes above and beyond to do her best. David Ramosidis. Ms. Bennett says David is an exceptional student. He goes above and beyond for the simplest assignments. He has great work ethic and is genuinely a good person. It has been a pleasure having David in class. Caitlin Rondemansky. Mr. Lipstead says of Caitlin, she always gives her best effort and achieves at a high level. Christopher Ruggieri. From Mr. Malone. Chris is a fine student athlete and is a gentleman as well. Farhad Shakil. From Mr. Wright. Farhad is extremely good-natured and very hardworking. Nicholas Smith. From Mrs. Brandt, Nicholas is an officer of the sophomore class who took his duties very seriously. He is active in many areas of GHS. Watch his star, it is rising. Vanessa Smith. From Mr. Lipstead, Vanessa has a great work ethic and is very high achieving. Jushaka Taimi. Jushaka was a pleasure to have in class. She has a bright future, says Mr. Malone. Matthew Vasquez. Ms. Bennett says Matt is extremely hardworking. Even when Matt is not feeling well, he pushes through and completes his tasks. Matt has shown such growth in his listening skills and his gross motor skills. He is a hardworking kid. Emma Finchie. Mr. Malone says of Emma, Emma is a leader at GHS and someone our younger students should look up to. Deshaun Waller. Deshaun is a respectful classmate who consistently maintains healthy relationships with his peers, says Mr. Urbanski. Congratulations to all of our sophomore honor roll students. To introduce our first Distinguished Alumni Award recipient this evening, please welcome to the podium Mr. Bud McKibben.
Good evening, thank you for that. What a great night. It's always a high point, I think, of the school year. The purpose of the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame is to recognize the achievements of graduates of GHS who have made a real difference in their communities and the world. The names of past recipients and a brief description of their accomplishments can be found on our school's website. And by the way, we always reserve space in this Hall of Fame for the young people in this audience who will be accomplishing great things in their future that will make them and all of us very proud. So there's space for you guys too. This year we have two inductees to the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. The first one is Dr. Larry Wallace. Larry Wallace was an active member of the GHS class of 1966. He was a member of the National Honor Society and was elected mayor for the day at the city's mock council ceremonies. He played baseball and ran track, and he particularly enjoyed his public speaking class. At his graduation, he received third honors and still recalls the title of his speech he gave to his classmates on the importance of being flexible, an idea that has served him well in his long, successful career. Upon graduation from GHS, Larry attended Rutgers University, graduating in 1970 with a BA in psychology and a minor in pre-med. The next stop in his educational endeavor was the Pennsylvania College of Optometry, where he earned a Doctor of Optometry degree in 1974. As part of this program, Larry went to Haiti to set up field clinics to examine children for eyeglasses. He and his fellow students distributed over 2,000 free pairs of glasses to children in need. Next, Larry joined his father's practice of optometry right here in Gloucester City and faithfully served the people of our town for many years. While doing so, he He served as clinical chief at the Camden Optometric Center from 1986 to 2015. In addition, as legislative chairman of the New Jersey Society of Optometric Physicians, he helped pass initial and subsequent legislation allowing doctors of optometry to fully treat all diseases of the eye. Some of the professional honors Larry has received include the 1992 Pennsylvania College of Optometry Alumnus of the Year Award, the NJROTC Award, which is the highest award given by the New Jersey Optometric Physicians Society, the Distinguished Service Award, and the Committee Chairman Award, and the Special Services to the Profession Award for 20 years of service. Larry has been married for 44 years to his wife, Dr. Greta Steinbach-Wallace, who is here tonight with him, and also, she's also an optometrist. His son Jeffrey is an oral surgeon. Larry and his wife have 2 children, Tessa, 5, and Ian, 3. Larry enjoys reading, writing, and cooking, along with some sporting activities such as golfing, swimming, and skating. Would you please welcome to the podium Dr. Larry Wallace.
Thank you, Mr. McKibben, for those kind words of introduction. Principal Gorman, Mr. McKibben, Distinguished Alumni Awards Committee, all academic awards recipients, students, and proud parents. Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to accept our high school's most prestigious award and deliver some remarks that echo back to my own graduation in 1966. I also want to thank the Gloucester High School class of '66, very active alumni committee who nominated me for this award. And most importantly, my wife, Dr. Greta Steinbach-Wallace, whose support allowed me the flexibility, a word I will talk about shortly, to be away from my office and in Trenton 2 to 3 days a week for over 12 years. The invitation in accepting this award asks that I stress how my high school experience influenced my career. That's easy. Taking Mr. McCullough's public speaking class and leading our high school assemblies from 1965 to 1966. I could end there, but that would not be the rest of the story. When I delivered my third honors speech in June of '66 on the importance of being flexible, I had no idea how that one word would contribute to my future successes. As a somewhat naive 18-year-old 55 years ago, I was at least aware that sometimes political parties and countries would sooner wage war against one another than reason with each other. Flexibility is all about working with others to find a solution that works for all. It's about compromise, something that is sorely missing in today's all-or-nothing political landscape. But it also means not compromising your principles while still finding common ground. I'll give you a personal example about how the importance of being flexible helps explain how I came to receive this award. When I was working with my colleagues on legislation at the State House in Trenton on behalf of my optometry profession, I had to be able to speak and argue on my feet. I knew that if our battles were to be successful, we would need to compromise or go home empty-handed. Being flexible was paramount. Being dogmatic was not. And so, methodically, I and a small cohort of ODs made concessions with key state assembly persons and senators while keeping our eyes on the prize, a piece of legislation radical for its time in the early 1990s that allowed optometrists to treat patients with prescription eye drops and ointments, something only medical eye doctors were permitted to do at that time. Some of my colleagues wanted legislation to include the use of lasers and the prescribing of oral medications. But that was a bridge too far back in 1992. Being flexible through compromise, we achieved 80% of what we sought in 1992, and 12 years later, we were able to expand our treatment privileges to include oral medications, including those for pain. It does not end there. This month, Governor Murphy signed legislation permitting optometric physicians to give COVID-19 and flu vaccinations. If I had chosen to be inflexible, insisting on an all or nothing outcome, my colleagues and I would not have passed the most consequential legislation in the history of New Jersey optometry back in 1992. I would not have been asked to contribute an article about the evolution of optometry in the state of New Jersey for the most recent Gloucester High School Alumni News, and my class of '66, the giving class, would not have subsequently nominated me for this Distinguished Alumnus Award. So here I stand. I stand here having come full circle by taking one public speaking class at this high school, applying that to leading our assemblies, and later speaking often at the State House in Trenton. One speech about flexibility in 1966, and a new one 55 years later, tonight, as I gratefully accept my selection to the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. Full circle. Finally, to the students assembled here tonight, I hope that you will reflect on these words and find a path that not only benefits you, but others with whom you will need to be flexible, and by doing so, help create a more perfect world in which we can all live in peace and with dignity. With that said, thank you for your attention. Congratulations to all our honorees. Thank you again for this meaningful award. Good night and good luck.
And now, our junior honor roll students. Atlantis Alphaeus. From Mrs. Gorman, Atlantis works hard for her success, and I appreciate her contributions to class discussions. Aisha Badshaw. From Mrs. Brandt, Aisha, even though on remote, was a shining star in Honors English 3. Her work ethic results in the highest quality product. She volunteers in class, is punctual with her work, and never fails to impress. Danica Bennett. Danica is one of the most reliable and sincere people I know. She is always willing to help others and bring a positive attitude to any situation. From Ms. Blake. Stephen Burkhart. Mrs. Gorman says of Stephen, Stephen's work ethic is outstanding, and he is an honest and true young man. Eva Chen. From Ms. Blake, Eva is absolutely one of a kind. It is very possible that she has taught me more this year than I have taught her. She is impressive in every way. Aiden Coughlin. Mr. Lifstead says of Aiden, Aiden is high achieving, always kind, and a courteous young man. Naomi Forson. Mr. Keith Gorman says, Naomi did an excellent job in history class this year. She is smart, hardworking, and respectful to everyone she meets. Natalie Forson. Natalie is a pleasure to work with in class. She consistently performed at the top of her class. From Mr. Keith Gorman. Stephen Gersick. From Ms. Blake, Stephen is eager to learn and willing to do what it takes to succeed. He does not let anything get in the way of his goals. Esmeralda Herrera Morales. Mrs. Gorman notes Esme is a dynamo. Schoolwork and then more school. School work and then more school. I don't know when she sleeps. Ainsley Lees Pratt. Mrs. Hope says of Ainsley, Ainsley is a go-getter. She always had her work done on time, and sometimes even before I taught the lesson. Stephen Light. Stephen did an excellent job in U.S. History 2 this year. He demonstrates a high degree of intelligence, strong work ethic, and is determined to succeed. From Mr. Keith Gorman. Michael Malinowski. Mrs. Lampy notes, it has been my pleasure to have Michael in my class for the past 2 years. He is a leader in the classroom and works hard each day. Kevin Mateo. Mr. Gorman notes, Kevin was a pleasure to work with in history class this year. His intelligence, caring personality, and reliability are a few of the things that make him a young man with a bright future ahead of him. Michael Morrell. From Mrs. Diamantis. Michael asked, through his brother, who I have this year, do you remember me? Of course I remember you, Michael. You are such a sweet and brilliant young man. I can't wait to see what your future holds. Julian Ramos Mendez. Principal Sean Gorman notes, Julian is intellectually gifted and takes pride in all that he undertakes. I admire his wit and kindness greatly and look forward to his continued success in his senior year. Michaela Renzi. Mrs. Gorman says of Michaela, she is quiet and reserved, but make no mistake, she is wicked smart and determined to succeed. Danielle Roberts. Danielle's talents seem endless. Academically, athletically, and on the stage, her star always shines brightly. From Principal Gorman. Owen Ruliva. From Mr. Lifstead. I taught Owen the last couple of years, and he has a great interest in history. He always does well and is always kind and courteous. Jade Sears. Jade has consistently performed at the top of her history class this year. She is an intelligent and hardworking student. From Mr. Keith Gorman. Anthony Serrano. Mrs. Brandt says Anthony is a wonderful student, but even more importantly, he is an outstanding young man. I was fortunate to share second period with Anthony every day. Even on remote, he was a presence. He could be counted on to respond, do his work, do it well, and submit on time. Anthony has the lion's pride in all he does. Sami Shabuz. Sami is a great, unique individual who always performs at a high level. It has been great to have him in class these past few years. From Mr. Lipstead. Matthew Sharp. Mrs. Brandt says of Matthew, Matthew is a courteous, caring lion. In College English 3, he performed well. Looking forward to seeing Matthew be a major factor at GHS in his senior year. Gabriel Sotelo. Gabriel is an extremely talented young man. In addition to all of his success in the classroom and on the athletic fields, he has been an MVP of our TV program. We would not have been able to provide parents and community members with the opportunity to watch so many games and events if it wasn't for him. From Principal Winter. Ashley St. Clair. Mr. Keith Gorman notes, Ashley did an excellent job in United States History 2 this year. She consistently works hard and produces work of the highest quality. Meisha Sultana. Ms. Blake says of Meisha, Meisha is so kind and positive. She makes any situation or classroom better with her smile. Monira Tasneem. Monira is the type of student you wish you could have 10 more of in the classroom. She has such a positive attitude and level-headedness in any situation. From Ms. Blake. Tai Vu. Tai is an academic superstar. For years, I have admired his ability to excel in every one of the most rigorous and challenging academic courses that high school has to offer. I have no doubt that he will find success in all of his pursuits. From Principal Sean Horner. J.C. Wagner. Mrs. Gorman says of J.C., I'm pretty sure if I told J.C. to deliver a speech while juggling on a unicycle, she would manage to make it look enjoyable and easy. Madison Wall. Mrs. Brandt says of Madison, she made great use of her talents in creative writing. Her efforts produced unique offerings that were thoroughly enjoyed by her peers and me. She knows how to approach a topic right on or from a different perspective. I thank her for keeping me company on routine days. Josh Wilkie. Josh is resilient, kind, and super intelligent. He is able to listen to and help others in so many situations. From Ms. Blake. Trevor Young. Trevor is super smart and involved in many activities at GHS. He is a role model for our younger students. From Mr. Malone. Congratulations to all of our junior honor roll students. Our senior honor roll students. Ocean Alum. From Mrs. Gorman. Once you meet Ocean, you will never forget her. She is smart, kind, brave, and fun. Just a joy to be around. Meadow Avant. Mrs. Diamantis says of Meadow, when Meadow puts her mind to something, she gives 110%. Christopher Baker. Mrs. Brandt says, Chris is definitely Mr. GHS. He has the heart of a lion and the lions at heart. Not only is he a multi-season athlete, he is the sports anchor for our LPNN. Restrictions this year prevent him from one of his favorite roles as leader of the River Rats, but Chris still cheered every GHS team on. I enjoyed our gold days together. His spirit shoes will be hard to fill next year. Ricky Valuya. Mr. Keith Gorman says of Ricky, Ricky is an intelligent and caring young man. He has been a pleasure to have in class. Sage Barker. An outstanding young woman that has been a great pleasure to teach these past 3 years. I know you will be unstoppable in the future. From Mr. Lister. Thomas Billings. Mr. Malone says of Thomas, Thomas is the epitome of a GHS lion. He works hard and excels in all that he does. He may be president of the U.S. one day. Sarah Bonney. Mrs. Hope says of Sarah, Sarah joined my honors chemistry class during the middle of the year. She is such a great student that she was scoring some of the highest grades in the class. Also, I could always count on her for participation. Destiny Brewer. Of Destiny, Mrs. Brandt says, Destiny is so very earnest and kind and caring. I enjoyed her remote visits because they usually included one of her pets. She is very hardworking and determined to reach her goals. With all the advancements Destiny has made throughout her high school career, there's no doubt good times are ahead. Christopher Castro Herrera. From Mr. Lipstead, a kind, hard-working young man that has been my pleasure to get to know these past few years. He has an outstanding future. Darren Chen. As one of only 7 avid seniors, Darren will always be one of my favorites. Darren is also my only student that I have had all 4 years of high school. I will miss him dearly and wish him the best at college. From Ms. Blake. Rachel Chen. Mrs. Gorman says of Rachel, Rachel's intellectual brilliance is matched by her motivation and determination. She is ready for Princeton. Alexander Darpino. Ms. Brandt says of Alex, Alex ran his way through his years at GHS showing style, determination, intelligence, and grit. He is wonderful to have physically in class as he will add to the discussion and let me know if all is well from the student end. Alex is a caring student who deserves all the wonderful times ahead. Christopher Dolson. Chris is a superstar on the playing field and in the classroom. He treats everyone with respect and kindness every day. He has been a great model for other young men at GHS to follow. From Principal Sophomore. Grace Benton. Principal Gorman notes, Grace has been mature, responsible, and filled with kindness from the day that I met her. She is always willing to help anyone in need. Tyler Goins. Mr. Rodriguez says of Tyler, he approaches his school day with enthusiasm and cheerfulness and a willingness to do his best no matter the task. Way to go, Tyler. Annabella Helder. From Ms. Bakey, Bella has been a student of mine for years. I have watched her push forward through every tough assignment, yearbook deadline, or life obstacle. She has had a vision for herself for as long as I've known her. She is determined and driven, and I know that if she puts her mind to it, she can accomplish anything. Leah Hernandez. Ms. Brandt says of Leah, Leah was a valued member of the wonderful College English 4-5 group. She could be counted on to volunteer, give the correct answer, produce A-level work, and ask a question to keep everyone on track. She is a busy working lady who is wished the brightest of futures. Bailey Johnson. Mrs. Gorman says that teaching Bailey has been both a pleasure and a privilege for 3 years. She is perennially upbeat and optimistic and funny. Shannon Johnson. From Mr. Lifstead, it's been a great pleasure to coach and teach, Shannon. You have nothing but great things ahead of you. Your future is bright. Emily Keith. Mr. Keith Gorman says of Emily, Emily is an exceptional student and person. She is one of the finest students that I have ever had the pleasure to teach. Her future is bright. Josh Kutz. Ms. Bennett says Josh is extremely competitive and hardworking. He is so supportive of his peers and always complimenting others. Josh has grown into a leader. It's been so fun having Josh in class this year. Lisa McCarran. Mrs. Grant says Lisa, our resident artist, is quite gifted. Hopefully, her artistic talent will give her a creative future. I will always remember her journals during quarantine of her junior year, detailing her breakfast and lunch menus. I wanted to be at her home. I just hope Lisa knows how special she is. Megan McNutt. From Mr. Whitaker. You just had to put up with me for another year in anatomy and physiology, didn't you? Talk about a glutton for punishment. So very proud of you for all your successes and accomplishments here at GHS. I wish you all the best, and remember, enjoy. Austin Means. Mrs. Brandt says, Austin, our resident Renaissance man at GHS. He dabbles in so many activities. From his journals during quarantine of last year, I learned Austin has many interests, hobbies, and pursuits that keep him busy. He had his whole day planned out with a mix of his varied activities. I admire him for his love of reading and passion for cooking. Selena Ott. Mr. Pat Hagan notes of Selena. Selena is an outstanding student who also works while maintaining excellent grades. She has an exceptional work ethic and has a bright and positive future. Casey Palmer. Mrs. Gorman says Casey's dedication to her studies and her diligence in improving is admirable. She is a kind and gentle spirit as well. If there is ever anyone who will make your day just to see, it's Casey. Brianna Penny. Mrs. Brandt says Brianna is passionate about dance. If you read any of her essays for creative writing, this fact would be obvious. She acted as a sounding board for class since she was physically present with her colorful masks and her nodding interest in all I had to share. May her passion create a fulfilling life. Melissa Ritchie. From Ms. Bakey. Melissa is a true team player who isn't afraid to step up when needed. I could always count on Melissa, whether it was to help carry a class to meet a deadline, contribute something meaningful to our class, or to make us laugh. She was a light in V6, and I am grateful to have had her in my classroom. Dylan Rondemansky. From Mrs. Hope, Dylan joined my chemistry class in the middle of the school year and picked it up like he was there the whole year. He has a great work ethic. Cameron Rudderow. Mr. Listed says, I truly enjoyed these past 3 years with you in history class. You have a great future before you. By the way, you are great at history. We have the AP scores to prove it. Angela Trinidad. Ms. Blake says, as one of only 7 avid seniors, Angela is one of my favorites. She is so graceful and poised beyond her years. Her work ethic is outstanding, and she is confident in any situation. I am so excited to see where she goes in life, and also sad to see her go. I will miss her. Adriana Velez. From Principal Sean Foreman, Adriana has a heart of gold. She brightens the day of everyone who is lucky enough to be around her. I have no doubt that she will be successful in all of her pursuits. Alex Zhang. Ms. Bennett says Alex is a very disciplined student. He is willing to make accommodations necessary to allow the growth of not only his success, but his classmates as well. Alex has shown great strides in compromising. He is a pleasure to be around. Congratulations to our honor roll students from the class of 2021. Please welcome back to the podium to present our next awards, Mr. Bud McKibben.
There are a couple other people we should thank too for members of this committee. Mrs. Brand, who's here tonight, and Mrs. Light, and Mrs. O'Donnell. So would you give them a hand for being members of this committee? The next award is for Deborah Nicardo from the class of 1971. Debbie was an active member of her class, graduating in the top 10th percentile. While she never thought herself to be an athlete, she liked to try new things and was a member of the hockey and lacrosse teams. And she also joined the ski club. In addition, she was a varsity cheerleader and in her junior and senior years. After graduation from high school, Debbie attended Camden County College and worked at King's Pharmacy in Gloucester City. Her excellent college grades and some encouragement from her co-workers at the pharmacy led her to apply to and be accepted by several universities. She chose the University of Rhode Island, where she was inducted into the honors program, ROTC, a distinguished and rigorous academic track for the study of pharmacy. Graduating in '76, she was awarded a full scholarship and residency stipend at the University of Maryland in Baltimore, where she completed a master's degree and residency in hospital pharmacy. Her work life began in Baltimore, where she created a nutritional support service for the University of Maryland Hospital. On several occasions, she gave medical and surgical grand rounds in her area of expertise, IV nutritional support. She was sent to Germany to speak to and to instruct pharmacist groups in this new field. For this work, Debbie was awarded the Maryland Hospital Pharmacist of the Year. After several years of hospital work, Debbie took a job with the Corporation for Home IV Nutritional Support, steadily advancing up the corporate ladder until she was the regional vice president of the company. In 1993, she moved to the state of Montana and started her own home IV nutritional support company. This company quickly grew, and several branches were opened throughout the state. It was so successful that a large corporation purchased it, and it soon became part of the Walgreens Corporation. After this great success, her natural curiosity and ambition led her to look for other opportunities to learn while helping others. Debbie and her husband became what they describe as serial entrepreneurs, opening and operating several businesses, including a vacation rental business, a dude ranch near Yellowstone National Park, and currently a retail franchise operation selling bird food and bird and nature hobby items. Debbie remains involved with her community. She has served on the board of directors for both the Big Brothers and the Big Sisters of America, as well as the Sacagawea Audubon Society of Montana. She also created an adult education community class in the basics of backyard bird feeding. She has a tremendous love of nature and the great outdoors, and always looks for the good in everyone she meets. Debbie has felt the loving support of her husband and her younger sister. Both have encouraged her and have stood by her in her journey of excellence. In her own words, she states, "I love to learn, to read, to help, and to teach." And she advises, always do the right thing, and the rest will take care of itself. and we will be hearing from Debbie via video from her state of Montana.
Hi, my name is Debbie Nicardo, and I'm a graduate of Gloucester High, 1971 class. I really wish I could be there today to participate in the ceremony, but I live in Montana, and we're pretty far away, and it's a little hard to get in the car and be there tomorrow in Gloucester. I am so honored to receive this award and being selected for the Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame this year. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. We're very fortunate to be a part of Gloucester High. From all I read and all I see and hear, Gloucester High is providing you an excellent foundation and a wonderful education to be the best you can be. When I grew up and I graduated, it was unusual for a woman to pursue a career in higher education, let alone pursue a career in a male-dominated profession such as pharmacy. If it wasn't for the foundation I received at the school and the teachers that made the most difference to me, who knows where I'd be today. The teachers that made the most impact for me, when I look back on it, are the ones that, interestingly enough, were in the career that I pursued. It was our math, science, and chemistry teachers. Mr. Booth, Mr. Huff, Mr. Hetherington, Mr. Gibbs, they all made a significant difference in my career path and gave me the courage and confidence to go on to a higher level of education. I can't thank you enough. So here's the thing, I'm not anybody special. I'm not an Olympic athlete. I didn't receive an Oscar for my acting career, and I most definitely didn't get a Nobel Prize. Success is what you define it, and when you feel good inside yourself that you've done the very best you can. As they say, just be all you can be. And most of all, never stop learning. As I followed through my career path, I always took the path of most resistance, not least resistance. Do something you don't know and learn it, as opposed to doing something you do know and taking a level of comfort. Did I take risks? Absolutely. It's a big risk as a single woman in her 40s to move out to the state of Montana that I knew nobody and had nothing to do, but something drove me to go there. And the rest is history. Walt Disney said, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them, and that's most important. And remember, the only limitations are your own abilities, both physically and mentally, and the will to succeed. You have it in you. Just feel your passion and move forward and keep learning. But most of all, you have to have fun. I have had so much fun and continue to have fun. Learn to laugh. It makes life a whole lot easier. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Feel free to call me or email me if you would like to chat. I love to help people develop themselves. I've done that my whole career. Thank you.
Very nice. And our final award for the night is a little bit different. This is for recent graduates out of college. We call it the Academic Achievement Award. And it's based on people who have distinguished themselves by their grades at college, type of degree earned, and other factors in their college experience. We have a wonderful academic role model to present to you this evening. His name is Richard Smizer. Richard had many varied interests during his years at GHS. He was a member of the National Honor Society. He also was a member of the Art Club, the Pep Club, the Yoga Club, and the Stage Crew. To round out his interests, he was on the soccer team, the swim team, and the track team. Early on, he took an interest in the arts and was naturally talented in 2D, 3D, and technical drawings. He won several teen arts awards throughout his high school career. After high school, Richard attended Temple University in Philadelphia, graduating in 2017 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in architecture. He's currently employed as an intern architect by Fusa Design, headquartered in Philadelphia. His duties include overseeing construction projects from initial design to acquiring building and occupancy permits, which is quite a responsibility. In addition, for the past 4 years, he has been working towards becoming a licensed architect. This requires 3,000 hours of field work, plus 6 years of experience. In the future, he hopes to open his own firm and create some fantastic designs. Richard has 2 sisters who also graduated from GHS, Heather in 2004 and Erica in 2008. Please welcome Richard Smizer.
Good evening. I'm honored to have the privilege of speaking to you today as a GHS alumni. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the staff for this honor. It was with their guidance through some of the most crucial years of my youth that I've been able to tap into my fullest potential. I'd like to open with a quote from artist Thomas Merton. Art allows us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. The subject of art has always been one of the greatest interests in my life. I find myself extraordinarily grateful that is part of my career. During my time in school, I always found my interest provoked by the arts. Most likely this is because it was the only time of the day where we got to do something more hands-on instead of sitting through a class lecture. I was able to find a brief escape from the long days of tedious schoolwork. As I got older, I still found myself more interested in the classes where we got to create. However, some classes did click easier than others. Art, math, and history were always my favorites. Other classes, not so much. I found myself always dreading assignments for English. Then, when high school came around, my horizons were open to a whole new world of classes around me. Instead of taking basic art classes, I started taking art and design, ceramics, and graphics. My senior year, I was taking 4 art classes, with 2 being a portfolio class with Miss Light, a former art teacher at school. These classes became the most valuable pieces of the picture. Along with their guidance, these classes were key in helping me choose a major and getting me into a school that offered an architecture degree. With the help of Miss Light and many other teachers, I was accepted to Temple University. For that, I thank them. Once I got to college, things changed drastically for me. The once easy art classes became difficult, time-intensive, and filled with intense critiques of my own work. Within the first month, I was having a lot of trouble keeping up with the workload. I was ready to quit and change my career path to something I thought would be easier. If it wasn't for my mother insisting that I see through the first semester, I would have never gotten to where I am today. From there, I dedicated more time and interest in art and grew to love the major like I never had before, something that had once caused me sleepless nights, hours and hours of what seemed to be endless stress and a more hectic schedule than I could have ever imagined had finally earned me my degree. 4 years later, I graduated from Temple with a Bachelor's of Science in Architecture. Although I am finished school, I know the learning will never end. For the past 4 years, I have worked as an intern for 2 firms in an effort to gain experience to one day be a licensed architect. I'm still 2 years and 6 tests away from that goal, but I know I will get there one day. These memories hold a special place in my heart, because without the fascination in art, I would have never continued down the path I'm currently on. The moment I finally refocused my interest in the subject was the moment I stopped having so much trouble in class. My job became more than just a job. It became a career I could see myself in for years to come. A career is something that you should be passionate about, something that makes all the hard work and sleepless nights worth it. What I hope you take away from this is to find a career that is not going to give you an independent lifestyle, but is something that you can love to spend countless hours doing, breaking away from the idea of career as being something repetitive and mundane that only gives you a paycheck. Strive to find something that you lose yourself in. Thank you.
All right, now we will go into our categories of awards. When your name is called, please just stand and be recognized.
I will now introduce Gloucester High's AP Scholars. The Advanced Placement Program enables willing and academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies while still in high school. To qualify as an AP Scholar, senior students must have enrolled in a minimum of 3 Advanced Placement courses, while juniors and sophomores must have enrolled in a minimum of 2 Advanced Placement courses. Sophomores: Taha Alam, Wade Billings, Abigail Bing, Olivia Blyman, Ashay Clark, Gianna Evans, Giovanni Gambone, Brian Gonzalez Montellano, Skylar Holmes, Mason Jankowski, Chinggis McKnight, Nicholas Smith, Vanessa Smith, Jushaka Timon, Emma Vinci. Juniors: Atlantis Alphaeus, Danica Bennett, Stephen Burkhart, Peyton Carr, Aiden Cogman, Selena DeRocher, Esmeralda Herrera Morales, William Horton, Sadia Islam, Ainsley Lee Pratt, Riley Martevsky, Riley McNee, Michaela Neely, William Meyer, Madison Julio, Julian Ramos Mendez, Michaela Renzi, Danielle Roberts, Owen Lubiva, Sami Shabuth, Gabriel Sotelo, Catherine Suarez, Naisha Sultana, Monira Tasneem, Ty Vu, J.C. Wagner, Madison Wall, Joshua Wilkie, and Trevor Young. Seniors: Ocean Alam, Ricky Galuya, Sage Barker, Thomas Billings, Sarah Bonney, Christopher Castro, Rachel Chen, Shannon Johnson, Emily Keith, Cameron Rutterow, and Ruby Valentin Novoa. Our next group of honorees are our College Acceptance All-Stars. The following seniors have been accepted to 4 or more four-year colleges and universities: Ocean Alam, Christopher Baker, Thomas Billings, Darren Chen, Alexander Darkino, Austin Elmore, Crystal Johnson, Shannon Johnson, Emily Heath, Cameron Rutherford, Angela Trinidad, Adriana Velez. Our SAT 650 Reading Club. These students have achieved a score of 650 or better on the reading portion of the SAT. Danica Bennett, Thomas Billings, Rachel Chen, Shannon Johnson, Emily Keith, Michaela Rennie, Melissa Ritchie, Cameron Rutterow, Owen Reliva, Ty Wu, J.C. Wagner, Trevor Young. Our SAT 650 Math Club. These students achieved a score of 650 or better on the math portion of the SAT. Thomas Billings, Sarah Bonner, Christopher Castro Herrera, Rachel Chen, Michaela Renzi, Melissa Ritchie, Cameron Rutterow, Sami Shaboot, Ty Vu, J.C. Wagner, Trevor Young. And our PSAT achievers. These 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students achieved scores of 1,000 or better on the PSAT. Ryan Hancock, Rylan Dougherty, Daniel Suarez, Olivia Carpenter, Justin Duffy, Jacob Durato, Maya Veringer, Victoria Serrano, Juliana Dunn, Brianna Weimer, Chingus McKnight, Giovanni Gambone, Ronald Brennan, Vanessa Smith, Gianna Evans, Madison Michael, Alicia Acevedo, Wade Billings, Stephanie Jarkman, Nicholas Smith, Liam Gorman, Gianna Ludlum, Emma Vinci, J.C. Wagner, Michaela Renzi, Trevor Young, Samaya Quick, Owen Ruliva, Catherine Suarez, William Horton, Danica Bennett, and Michael Morrell. The New Jersey STARS program is an initiative created by the state of New Jersey to provide the state's highest achieving students with free tuition at their home county colleges. New Jersey residents who rank in the top 15% of their class may be eligible to receive a New Jersey STARS award. The following students are this year's New Jersey STARS. Ocean Alam, Meadow Avant, Sage Barker, Thomas Billings, Sarah Bonney, Christopher Castro Herrera, Rachel Chen, Alexander Jarpino, Annabella Helder, Shannon Johnson, Emily Keith, Megan McNutt, Casey Palmer, Melissa Ritchie, Cameron Rotero, Angela Trinidad, and Kaylee Welch. Our next series of awards is going to recognize several of our cadets from our NJROTC program. The Navy JROTC program has several outside organizations that offer annual awards to cadets that meet specific criteria in the areas of leadership, academic excellence, and other individual achievements in the JROTC program. Normally, a member from these organizations would be here to present these awards to cadets. However, due to the unknown capacity requirements during the scheduling of these awards, tonight they will be awarded by the high school on their behalf. When I call your name, please come to the stage to receive your award. The first award is the Vice Admiral Samuel L. Gravely Jr. NJROTC Award from the National Naval Officers Association, awarded for their outstanding dedication to the NJROTC program in the areas of leadership and service to the community during the GHS 2020-2021 school year. This year, the Vice Admiral Samuel L. Gravely Jr. NJROTC Award is awarded to Cadet Catherine Suarez. And as Catherine makes her way to the stage, the next award is the National Defense Committee ROTC Medal from the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. It is awarded to a JROTC cadet who has demonstrated academic excellence, dependability, good character, adherence to military discipline, leadership, and fundamentals, and patriotic understanding of the importance of the Reserve Officer Training Corps. This year, the National Defense Committee ROTC Medal is awarded to Cadet Jacqueline McDowell. The next award is a National Leadership Award from the Military Order of the Purple Heart. It is awarded for exemplary leadership demonstrated while enrolled in a JROTC training course. This year's National Leadership Award is awarded to Cadet Kevin Brecco. next award is the Stephen Decatur Jr. Award from the Surface Navy Association for demonstrating the Navy's core values of honor, courage, and commitment as shown by performance of duty, academics, military bearing, and leadership potential. This year's Stephen Decatur Jr. Award is awarded to Cadet Catherine Suarez. The next award is the Stephen Decatur Freshman Award from the Surface Navy Association for demonstrating the Navy's core values of honor, courage, and commitment as shown by performance of duty, academics, military bearing, and leadership potential. This year's Stephen Decatur Freshman Award is awarded to Cadet Jacqueline McDowell. The next award is the Junior ROTC Award of Merit from the Military Order of the World Wars for improvements in military proficiency, academic studies, and community actions. By his actions, he displayed the potential for future military leadership. His attitude towards service to the United States of America is an example to his classmates. This year's Junior ROTC Award of Merit is awarded to Cadet Joel Sajowski. The next award is the Outstanding JROTC Cadet Bronze Medal from the National Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. This cadet was selected for having a high degree of merit with respect to leadership qualities, military bearing, and general excellence. This year's Sons of the American Revolution JROTC Award is awarded to Cadet Andrew Pinto. Our final JROTC award this evening is the GHS Cadet of the Year Award. This cadet is actively involved in every aspect of the NJROTC program. She plays multiple sports, has a leadership position in the GHS band, a member of the National Honor Society, and is still able to be a part of almost all NJROTC school support functions, community service events, drill practices, and drill competitions. Her time management skills, dedication to academic excellence, and leadership are an example of keeping the highest traditions of GHS and the Navy JROTC program. This year's GHS Cadet of the Year is Cadet Catherine Suarez. Congratulations to all of our NJROTC cadets. Our next series of awards recognizes our avid distinguished scholars. I ask that you all stand and be recognized when your name is called. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may report to the stage to receive your award. AVID strives to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college readiness and success in a global society. AVID students think critically, collaborate, and set high expectations to confidently conquer the challenges that await them. Ricky Baluya. Danielle Baluya. Destiny Barker. Darren Chen. Justice Jolson. Leah Fernandez, Michael Light, Stephen Light, Riley McNeil, Jennifer Morales, Kirsten Fuller, Emily Pierman, Ethan Plum, Michaela Sanderson, Angela Trinidad, Joshua Wilson. Congratulations to our avid recipients. Our next group of honorees are our Project Lead the Way Award recipients. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. And at the conclusion of the ceremony, please report to the stage for your award. Project Lead the Way provides pathways in computer science, engineering, and biomedical science that engage students in hands-on learning experiences and empower them to develop in-demand knowledge and skills needed to thrive in the global community. This year's Project Lead the Way award recipients are, for computer science, Rylan Dougherty and Sheila McMillan. For engineering, Shahab Khan and Raniel Kaluya. For Principles of Biomedical Science, Emily Keith and Olivia Golson. And for Human Body Systems, Danica Bennett and William Ward. Congratulations to our Project Lead the Way honorees. Please welcome back for a special award presentation, Principal Sean Gorman.
All right, before we conclude tonight, just remember, if you're a fully remote student and you are in a category of the awards, you can pick up your medal tonight out in the lobby. If you are on the gold or the blue team, you can pick up your medal anytime you're in school next in my office. On your way out, we have t-shirts for everybody, all the students honored here tonight. They're separated by sizes out in the lobby. You can grab one. If you don't have the time to grab one, again, stop in my office the next time you're at school and we'll get you that. Again, we couldn't be any prouder of you guys. I'd like to especially recognize Mr. Bud McKibben, who is running the Distinguished Alumni Inductees. Mr. McKibben, for those who don't know, was a graduate of Gloucester High School, came back to teach at Gloucester High School, was an excellent teacher here for many years, was our English department chair, and as a retiree, he doesn't really have to be here. He doesn't have to take time out of his night to do this or in the months leading up to it, but I think in Mr. McKibben, like I always say to many of these, Gloucester High means so much to so many people, and he really is an exhibition of that. So please give him a round of applause. All right, so before we conclude tonight, we have one more final award. Amazing people are present in our lives each day. At times, we can become a little desensitized to that and how incredible these people are, seeing them accomplish what they do on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes they make it look so easy that we don't appreciate some of the adversity and the heartache and the hardship that they're going through in their lives as a high school kid. A few years ago, we named this special award for courage and perseverance after one of our current students at that time, Cassidy Bowl. Cassidy was diagnosed with leukemia when she was a 6th grade student at Mary Ethel Costello School. That diagnosis led her to endure 5 rounds of chemotherapy. She experienced avascular necrosis of the bone as a result of the chemotherapy. When she was a junior high student here in 7th and 8th grade, she had bilateral hip replacements and stem cell transplants. The stem cell transplants to her ankles were not successful, and her joints deteriorated. Physicians told her during her freshman year of high school that they felt that her only choice was to have both of her lower legs amputated. Determined to find an option for her 15-year-old daughter, Cassidy's mom painstakingly explored all options and discovered a doctor at Duke University who was willing to complete her ankle replacements for Cassidy in her junior year of high school. I am proud to communicate that Cassidy is now in remission, and just understand and appreciate that at various times throughout the 6 years that she was here from 7th through 12th grade, We all saw Cassie bedridden at times, homebound, not able to come to school, wheeling through the hallways at times, on a walker at times, and on crutches at other times. And I can say she never once complained or showed anything but resilience to come back to school and appreciation for the opportunities that she had each day and the people that she was surrounded by. Like Cassidy, these three seniors have embodied the inner strength, determination, and toughness that our community is very proud to be known by. I'd like to ask the three of them to stand and be recognized when I call their names. This year's Cassidy Bowl Award winners are our first recipient, Emily Keith. Our second recipient, Austin Means. And our third recipient, Ricky Baludia. Congratulations to all three of you. We're very proud. Seniors, you'll be the first to hear it. Big announcement. We heard today that the stadium progress, enough has been made that we will be having commencement June 11th out in the football stadium. Again, congratulations to everybody. Thank you for your continued support. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, go Lions.
Congrats on that good news. Yes, sir.
Don't forget to grab your shirt on the way out. We have Avenue Project Lead the Way plaques up here.
Let's get our shirts and our medals and that.